Gotta top it like you out, give life. 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 Big grind from the night to the AM. Big grind, new multi-millionaires in the making. Multi-millionaire, big boss now, but it all took some patience. Real boss. Rockstar life spread well across the nation. Lifestyle, yeah. Give one chance, you know what I do to it. Whole team getting money and I'm used to it. Beat the odds and I'm still going used to it. Changing lives every day, you can YouTube it. Hold up, it's on when it's short. You know I stay down, stuck around for the glow up. And you can ask anybody around, yeah they know us. Can't stop now, cause the grind is never over. Hey, you gotta top it like you out, give life. You gotta top it like you out, give life. You gotta top it like you out, give life. You gotta top it like you out, give life. The go top it lifestyle, turn my life round. Time out, told her hater pipe down. Top it lifestyle, turn my life round. Time out, told her hater pipe down. Ayy, big grind from the night to the AM. Big grind, new multi-millionaires in the making. Multi-millionaire, big boss now, but it all took some patience. Rockstar life spread well across the nation. Lifestyle.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Today is January the 14th. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who do we have out there this wonderful Friday morning? Sorry, the video stopped before I came back to the phone. I was looking for my extension because we're going to walk this morning. I need to walk and talk, right? Give me some fresh air. This has been a very long week for me. Busy, and I am so tired and so exhausted. But you know what? I had to get up this morning. I had to get up and work out with you guys, right? I started to cancel the call, right? This little devil over here was saying cancel the call, and this one over here was saying no, don't cancel the call, because I didn't get anyone to do it this morning. But I'm going to get up and do it. I'm going to be a trooper. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who do we have out there this morning joining me? Hey, Ricky. Hey, Ricky Hightower. Good morning. Good morning. Ricky, are you working out with us? Are you working out with us, Ricky? Ricky, you better be working out with me, right? But I appreciate you tuning in. Tell me you working out, Ricky. Tell me. I want you to be working out with us, Rick. I know it's cold in Baltimore. You got to work out with us. No. Friday jogging in Nashville, right? What? It's too cold, right? In Nashville to jog this morning. Today's weather is nice here in Houston. It was nice yesterday and it was nice today. And I know that you're probably at work and you already got your workout in. I'll be checking you out. Good morning. Good morning, Timmy Jones. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, Ricky. Yay! You're working out with us. I'm so glad. Okay. Because if I got to work out, y'all got to work out too, right? Who else do we have out here this morning? You know what? You can tell on Friday, by this Friday, people are dragging. It's been a long week. So I'm not going to hold you guys long. We're going to go ahead and uh, shout out our birthdays, right? We have a lot of people. Good morning, Erica. We have a lot of people that are celebrating birthdays in the month of January. Today is one of my aunt's birthdays. Yesterday was one of my uncle's birthdays, and I think I told you guys about my uncle who is fighting with addiction and is in Minnesota, Minneapolis, I think, at the same uh, rehab that George Floyd was at, right? And he came home for the Christmas off. He was there. He checked himself in. I think it's August, and he either August or September, and he came home for Christmas in December. But he definitely went back because he definitely needed to go back. And I'm gonna continue to send prayers out to him because his birthday was yesterday. He got a chance to see another day. If God has you still here, you have the opportunity to make a change and make a difference. So do it. Okay, so that was my Uncle Reggie. And then today is my Aunt Charlotte's birthday, my mother's sister. Uncle Reggie is my mother's brother, and also my cousin and godson, Sharon. Today is his birthday. Yesterday was also my little cousin Caden's birthday, right? This is actually my second cousin. This is my first cousin's child. And so I had two uncles actually that had birthdays this month in August. And I have some more cousins that's coming up in August. And I have my nephew Zaire's, I mean, not August, in January. And then my nephew Zaire's birthday is in January. So we have a lot of people. We have some people at the office, the Angels, their birthday is in January. So everybody's birthday who is in January, happy, 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 happy birthday. Thank you, Aunt Rosalind. Happy birthday, Charlotte. Happy birthday. Woo! She said she wanted to go to the spa today, but I don't think she got off today. I was trying to go with her because y'all know I love the spa, right? And I didn't know that that's one of my aunts, and I didn't know that she actually liked the spa. Now my other two aunts, Aunt Rosalind, my Aunt Bernadette, and my Aunt Joanna and my Aunt Val, they don't like the spa. And neither does my mom, right? Isn't that crazy, right? But my Aunt Charlotte does. Your uncle, one of your uncle's birthday is January the 17th. Okay, cool. It's January the 17th. So also Martin Luther King's birthday is this month, right? Isn't Martin Luther King's birthday the 18th of January? Is it the 18th? I'm not quite sure, but I know the holiday is Monday, so a lot of people will be off. Good morning, Pam. Good morning. Good morning. Yep, Angel. I said Angel and Megan, their birthdays are this month, at the end of the month. So we have a lot. This is truly, truly, truly Capricorn season. Good morning, Nona. Good morning. Your grandson's birthday. Wow. So we have a lot of people whose birthday. Okay, the 15th. Okay, so tomorrow is Martin Luther King's birthday, the 15th. Okay, but of course, the holiday is Monday. Who else do we have out there? Let's see. Yep. Wait a minute. Celebrated on the 17th, and my birthday is the 18th. Okay, so Pamela, your birthday is on. Okay, we'll celebrate it on the 17th. You're talking about Martin Luther King. Great morning, Tammy Durden. Great morning. Okay, so this is truly one of those mornings that I needed coffee and conversations with Caprice because I was telling everybody, I am so tired because this week has been a very busy week for me. And I am a busy bee, right? I'm definitely my grandmother's child. Once I wake up, ain't no getting back down, and I'm moving around constantly all day because there is always something to do, right? So, besides the birthdays, we're going to shout out to everyone who has loved ones that are ill, that are sick mentally, physically, that are suffering from all type of illnesses and diseases that are not curable, and those that are curable. We're going to shout out to prayers for everyone who's out there in the hospitals, um, here and all over the world, all over the country, or if you're at home. I want to shout out to those who have lost loved ones. There are lots of people who pass away daily, from diseases, uncurable, from people taking their lives, um, uh, all type of things, right? We want to keep all of the people in New York and Brooklyn, the apartment building that burned. We want to keep all those people in our prayers. We want to keep everybody in our prayers that are out there that have lost their homes due to natural disasters. We want to have prayers out there for people who aren't able to go back to work because of COVID, and they have children to take care of, and they're struggling. People that have had their parents, their children, to pass away. We want to say prayers for all of those people, right? We want to say a prayer and shout out because every morning I tell you, when I get out of the bed, I thank God for my sanity. It's so important because it's so easy to lose your mind because so much is going on in the world. And you have to be a very strong person, and you have to be prayed up and have God with you at all times in order to deal with all the things that maybe not be going on in your life, but if you're a caring, loving person, it's hard to hear all of these things that are happening in people's lives that you don't even know, and it affects you. It's so sad. But anyway, and I'm having a moment, my menopause moment, my elderly moment. But let me go ahead and read the word of the day. I was looking for my extender for my phone. I know the last time I had it was last Friday. Must have left it in the sprinter. But anyway, today is January the 14th, and today's word is intention, right? Yesterday was let go and let God. I'm going to post yesterday's, right? Because sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, we need to hear this. This was a real good read. But anyway, today's read is intention. Today is Friday, January the 14th. Ooh, sorry, guys. I apologize for that. Mm. I don't have a cold, but it's just this weather. It's so crazy. So yesterday, the weather was really nice. It was like 73, and today is 75, right? And but right now it's 45 degrees. So that's just like a 30-degree difference. And then tomorrow the high is going to be 61, low 39, and then Sunday is 57. The sun is going to be shining, but it's going to be cool. So it warms up, cools off, warms up, cools off. So it's been really crazy. And my nose, sometimes when I get up in the morning and I'm moving around and I'm talking to you guys, my nose, starts to run a little bit. And yesterday they came and took down the Christmas decorations, right? Now the wreath behind me and the wreath on the opposite side of the fireplace, those are the only two things that they need to come back and get because they did not get a chance to get everything. And so you can imagine all that flock was all over the floor, and I had to clean that stuff up and vacuum all that stuff. And I need to change my air vents after he comes and pick these two up today because that stuff gets in your nose and oh, it's awful. But anyway, today's word is my intention is to be loving and compassionate. Okay. Ugh, my eyes are not focusing this morning. Sometimes when you see me doing this, it's not that I can't see because I can see well. It's just that sometimes, ooh, it's early and I cannot focus. Okay. So I believe in the power of kindness, and I strive to treat people. Sorry about that. Let me start all over. I believe in the power of kindness, and I strive to treat all people with the consideration and patience with which I like to be treated. Okay, so y'all know we talk about this all the time. And my favorite saying is treat people the way you want to be treated, right? Whew, amen to that. Let me say that again. I believe in the power of kindness, and I strive to treat all people with the consideration and patience with which I like to be treated. Sometimes that can be quite a challenge. I may struggle with some people and situations that trigger me. At those times, it may feel especially difficult to summon the grace to fulfill my best intentions. Okay, let me say that again because y'all didn't catch that. At those times, it may feel especially difficult to summon the grace to fulfill my best intentions. I pause to remember this truth. I am a divine being, just as all people are. I then reaffirm my intention to respond to all people and situations with kindness. When I commit to beholding the divine of all people in every situation, the grace of God flows through me and expresses as gentle words, patience, and consideration. With practice and commitment, I fulfill my intention to always be loving and compassionate. This comes from Song of Solomon 2:4. He brought me to the banqueting house, and his intention toward me was love. Okay? He brought me to the banqueting house, and his intention toward me was love. This is the word of the Lord. Amen. 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 Okay. So let me drink my coffee. Let me get my ear pods and let's get ready for this walk and this talk. Mm, mm. I had to get my coffee in. Let me get my ear pods. Y'all ready? Jennifer, your grandmother used to say, do unto others, amen to that. Okay. I mean, it really is, it's not that difficult. A lot of times we put more effort into it than it should be, and we just uh we don't want to do right. We know the right thing to do, but we don't want to do right. And that is so true because we know what's right. Okay, y'all, I'm entering the stream.
StreamYard.
And
Okay,
I
y'all
see
see
me
me
double.
double.
Y'all
Y'all
hear
hear
me
me
double.
double. Okay, so let me remove this one. Okay. And I'm gonna have to hold it today because I did not uh I can't find my extension. And I told you guys where it was. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to off my Wi-Fi because y'all know when the Wi-Fi is on. Okay, there we go. Then a lot of times you can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Tell me if you can hear me. Tell me if you can see me. Let me get my chapstick and I'm ready to get my walk on. I turned the alarm off. Can y'all hear me this morning? Can you shout out and let me know if I'm being heard? Yep, some refuse to do right. You're right about that. Okay? Lots of people refuse to do right. Okay, it feels good out here. It's a little chilly. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, let's walk it like we talking. Let me hurry up before the gate closes on it. Okay, I know that's where I left my extension for my I'm sorry guys. Put some chapstick on my lips. Okay, so anyway, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so intentions, right? That's a good word today to talk about your intentions, because a lot of times that's a really excellent word to talk about today. Because a lot of times people make excuses, right? And they don't want to see themselves for who they really are, right? Um, they don't want to be honest about who they are. They rather make excuses, right? And not do the right thing when all you have to do is just look inside, look internally and decide, okay, you know what? How would I handle? We talk about this all the time. I talk about this all the time. How would I handle this situation, right? What would I do? How would I want someone to treat me, right? And it is difficult, because a lot of times I say this all the time, and I said this even at the beginning of 2022, you get upset and you say, I'm going to start treating people the way they treat me. Well, you don't want to do that because it really changes who you are as a person, right? And so if you treat people the way you want to be treated and you have good intentions, and sometimes it may not always happen the way, or the outcome may not happen the way you wanted to, or it may not happen as soon as you wanted to, right? As fast as you wanted to. But as long as you know that your heart is in the right place, I do believe with all my heart, right? That the reason why I am blessed in so many ways, and when I say that I'm blessed in so many ways, I'm not talking about financial. Like, I'm not, I mean, a, a little money, I have, I'm not even in that up there. So I'll let y'all know when I get there. But the little that I have, I'm grateful for, you know, and I'm blessed to be able to have it because I understand and I know the days that I didn't have it, right? I understand not having money to pay your bills, right? Not having money to take care of things that you need to take care of, right? And it is stressful, okay? And so, but I'm grateful, right? I'm grateful. And whether I have a little or I have a lot, I'm always trying to help others. I always try to help others. I give back in every way that I can, right? And I try to be considerate of others. I think about other people's feelings, you know. Sometimes I think about other people's feelings before I think about my own feelings. But I make right decisions for me and my family, right? And I do what's right for me and my family and what's important for me and my family. And I don't look to social media to define myself as a person, right? Yeah, I look for fashion and because I like fashion, and I look for to keep up with all the gossip and for the rich people, the stars and stuff like that. That's how I get stuff to talk about with you guys. Did I leave my tissue on the counter? No, I didn't. I have it. But other than that, I don't look at social media and look at people's lives and assume that everything is perfect and looks perfect and start saying, oh, well, I want her life, or you don't know what that person's life is. You have no idea what that person's life is. All you see is the glitz and glamour, right? You don't see the real thing. You don't know what's going on behind the doors. And so whenever you go out and you decide to start a business, or you decide to join a church, or you decide to buy a car or buy a home or whatever it is that you want to do, let's see. Tyler Cares is feeding 42 families in transitional living tomorrow. God expects for us to help those in need. Amen to that, Rosalind. Okay, I didn't know. Okay, anyway, I'll talk to you after this call about that. But anyway, so You have to um, be intentional, right? You have to be intentional with your business. You have to be intentional with your life. You have to be intentional with your relationships. You have to be intentional with all of that. Okay. Yesterday I was moving and um, I had not moving, but was helping the guys pull all the Christmas decorations down, and I had to go and get some more tubs to be able to put the decorations in because I added to my decorations this year. And then remember, I also told you guys I got a storage room to be able to put all those decorations in. And so whew, I was busy yesterday. And then my dogs had to go get groomed. And so I had a lot going on, right? But anyway, I got a phone call. I'm not going to say any names, but I got a phone call from someone and they wanted relationship advice from me. Go figure, right? Not business advice, but relationship advice. And this is somebody in the business. And so I said, of course, let's talk, call me. And so basically, what she was saying was that she got remarried and she's trying to learn how to submit, right? She's trying to make it work because she's used to being by herself. She's used to having making all the decisions for her and her children, and it's been a difficult time for her. She loves her new husband, she loves her new mate, and she's excited, but she doesn't know how to do that. And it's so funny because kind of like the one of the reasons why I want to talk about that, and I started to talk about intention because, of course, that was the word of today, and it actually, in a way, kind of falls into what I want to talk about anyway. By no means, anyway, am I a expert at relationships at all. And I want to get out there that when we do the coffee and conversations are opinions, right? My opinion, whoever the guest opinion is, no one's an expert in that field, right? Maybe we'll get someone to sit in at some point, but we're going to be talking about experiences, kind of like the red table, right? Talking about things that are going on in people's lives. And you never know who looks at you as a mentor or someone that they want to get advice from. And you never know, right? But I'm thankful that she wanted to get relationship advice from me. And I just basically gave her some information, even though our lives in a way are the same, but not really, right? Because you guys, if you don't remember, of course, I personally don't have any biological children. And so that makes a huge difference when you grow up and you make decisions in your life, right? Because when you're making those decisions, you only have yourself to think about. It is totally different when you have children to think about, right? And the reason why I know that is because my mother was a single parent, and I saw my mother struggle. But because of the help of my family, my Aunt Rosalind, and, my Uncle Doug, and my Aunt Charlotte, Aunt Joanna, everybody in the family contributed some type of way to helping my mother raise me, right? My grandmother. And so when you have a village, because everybody don't have a village, then that's a blessing, right? That's a true, true, true blessing. So anyway, back to this relationship advice. So I didn't get married. I didn't meet Kenny until I was 35. I didn't get married till I was 40. And at that point in your life, you are kind of set in your ways, right? I grew up in a household with a lot of women, single women, uh, no positive male role model, you know, um, no people around me that were in positive relationships that I can model myself and say, oh, when I grow up, I want to be, that's the kind of relationship I want to have. Because again, Of course, you don't know what's really going on behind closed doors. But as I got older, I knew that it was possible, right? And so the reason why I'm saying this is because this young lady has children, and when you have children, it's a different situation. And I do believe that she was married in the past. I'm not quite 100% sure, but anyway, um, she just needed a little advice. And I told her, I said, even to this day, I still have, I have relinquished, you know, um, but I still battle with um, just being submissive. Nothing is wrong with being submissive. Nothing is wrong with submitting. That is the problem a lot of times, because us as women, when we don't know that we are queens and how we're supposed to be treated, then once we're doing all those things that we're not supposed to be doing, that men are supposed to be doing, not saying that we can't do it too, and do it for ourselves. I do a lot. And to be honest with you, Kenny is a type of person that he personally don't want to have to do it, but he'll hire somebody to do it, right? Like clean up and like the Christmas decorations yesterday. I could have just sat down and crossed my legs and just watched them pick up everything and do this and do that. But I helped, I got involved because this is my house. And I wanted to be done a certain kind of way. I don't mind cleaning my house. I talked about this with you guys before. Yes, it is a big house. Yes, I do need some help. Sometimes, maybe once a month, to clean my baseboards and window sills and all of that. Give the house a good little cleaning. But really twice. Change the sheets and clean the bathrooms, because it gets tiresome, right? But I can do it myself, right? Well, if it was up to Kenny, he'd hire somebody to do it all the time, which I think that's great. But I like to do it, because I'm used to doing it. And yes, I appreciate the fact that I can get someone to do it. And my husband doesn't want me to do it. He wants me to sit back and enjoy and relax. But I don't have a problem with doing it, right? And so I don't do everything, but I do a lot, right? And so back to what I was saying about this young lady. Um, she a lot of times when you are the mother and the father, you make all the decisions and you have children involved, right? And when you get remarried and these are not their children, right? But like I told her, some of us sometimes have to be honest about the person that you're with, because a lot of times when you call and you ask a person a question, it's only one-sided. It's only your side, right? You don't know anything about the other person. You don't know anything about what happened. And so a lot of times when you give information like that, you have to make sure that the person that you're giving the information to understands that, hey, I don't know the other side of the story. I'm not saying that I don't believe your side of the story, but people see things differently, right? And they um, operate differently based on what has happened to them in their life, right? And so the difference, I told her, is when you choose a mate to lead you, you have to make sure he's able to lead, right? We all make mistakes. We all make bad business decisions and stuff like that. But if the person has demonstrated to you that they are a good leader, right? And it's important for the man to lead the household. We talked about this before. It's important for the man to wear the pants in the household, right? Because men operate off of ego and respect, right? They have very big egos. And guess what? 1912, 1942, 1962, 1992, 2022, ain't none of that changed. See, what we're trying to do as women is change how men are and how women should operate, right? And that's why we have all of these single women walking around. Besides our men
being beat down because they're not respected. Not only are they not respected by the women in their household, but they're not respected by men. White culture. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I feel bad if anybody that's white on this call. I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but we are suppressed and held down. White people um suppress us and hold women down as well as men down. Make our men feel like they are not worthy, and they kill our black men. They're locked up or in jail, right? And so what happens is it takes away from good morning. It takes away from our household, right? Now we don't have a father in the household. Now we don't have a man in the household to lead us and to teach us what um, a man should do, how a man should operate. And the reason why we are put in these situations is because we don't have the same opportunities. And then our men go out there and make bad decisions because they have a family to take care of, they have kids to feed, and they don't really think about that, okay, you know what? I can get in trouble and I could be removed from the household. And so when this happens, then it's a continual repeat thing. And after years and years and years and centuries and it goes back to slavery days when we were taken away from our husbands and our parents. And so it has messed us up in the mind, right? And so we have to change that because until we change that, nothing is going to change. Women are going to be more and more empowered. And I'm glad women are empowered. That's how it should be. But at the end of the day, we still need a strong man by our side, a strong man to lead us and guide us. And together we can be powerful and strong, right? And so, of course, I still fight with little things, things that my husband feels is his job to do. Like he feels that, and he's always felt like this. And this just comes from his upbringing that it is his job to take care of the household. He don't care how much money I make. He don't care if I make more than him or if I don't make more than him. He feels like it is his job to take care of the household. That he is a man and he's supposed to pay the rent, right? And I agree with that. That is so true. Yeah, I can pay my own rent. But yes, I agree with that because if he's the king and he's leading, then you should be able to follow. But it has to be the right person, right? It has to be, and only you know what that is, right? Only you know. And you all can build things together. You remember, you always hear Kenny say, we worked out through our problems and we got out of um, our financial situation together, you know. It wasn't like, oh well, no, I'm gonna let you go on and do it, you go figure it out because it's your responsibility. No, we did it together, right? And at his lowest weakest point in his life as a man, to where when I met him he had 3 children, right? And one of his oldest daughter was getting ready to graduate from high school and go to college, right? And he wanted to pay for his daughter to go to college, right? Because right when he moved here in Houston, the mortgage industry crashed. He was in the mortgage industry. And so he took his last profit and paid for his daughter's first year of college, right? That's very strong. And I told you guys too, that's another thing that really attracted me about Kenny is because of his love and his responsibility for his children, right? Sometimes we get our roles messed up. And I'm only speaking from experience, not experience from having children, but I've seen some of these horror stories of these girls and using a baby to as a pawn, right? to punish the man, and that's not cool. It's not cool at all because you're not doing anything but affecting your child, how she sees men, how she respects men, how she even was going to respect herself and the person that she's going to choose to be her mate and what she's going to do and carry on in her next lifetime. And then it's going to continue on if that pattern is not broken, right? And so I would say, just like I said to the young lady yesterday, because I really don't know her full situation, but just from the basics of what she said, and this just knowing that that's a problem and an issue that we have as women, period, is because we're so used to doing it for ourselves that we don't know how to act when we have someone that wants to do it for us. We don't know how to receive that. We don't know how to compliment our mate and be a helpmate, right? And so a lot of times when we get, all women independent, throw your hands up at me. Well, guess what? It's great to be independent, right? But guess what? Where has that gotten you? Okay? Where has that gotten you? I'm not saying don't be independent, but being so independent that you don't allow a man to be a man, or that you choose the wrong man, right? And then you mad and you talking about him and you all on social media acting a fool. Well, that's because you chose the wrong person, right? You chose the wrong person. And you can't be mad at nobody but yourself, right? Good morning. You chose the wrong person. But then you want to blame it on the man, right? And you want to go on social media and air out all your business. And you got a baby by this man, right? You chose to be with this man. You chose this man. So you need to look inside yourself. If you keep choosing the wrong person, if you keep dating the wrong person or the wrong type of person, then you need to look at yourself internally and see what it is that you need to do and what you need to change in yourself. Even business partners. If you attracting the wrong kind of people to your business, then you have to look inside yourself to see what your intentions are, who you are. What are you doing? Some things about yourself that you need to change in order to be a better person, in order to be a better person, period, in order to be a better person in a relationship, and in order to be a better person in business, right? And then you need to be and I want to say this to women. Quit feeling like you can go and change a man. I don't care what age he is. I don't care. I talked about this before. Ain't nobody shit dipped in gold, okay? Men are very visual. They do not operate the same way women do, right? They want you to be faithful and loyal. Women want to be loved, right? Men want you to be so, the whole thing where, he could go out and cheat and I gotta forgive him. But if I go out and cheat, then he not gonna forgive me. Well, is it right? No, it ain't right. It ain't right at all, right? And as far as I'm concerned, I would never do tit for tat, right? Because at the end of the day, if he did something wrong and cheated, why would I go and do the same thing? You know, when I die and go to heaven, God is gonna judge me by me. He ain't gonna judge me by what Kenny did, right? And so why would I go and do something stupid just because he did something that wasn't right and stupid, right? And so, of course, when you know how men think, they all the same. I'm telling you, my uncle, all of them the same. I tell them, they ask me, well, Sean, they come up, where's the bread? Bread be sitting right there on the counter. Ain't none of them saw it. None of them, right? They all, if you get on a call with 100 women, I'm telling you, you're going to think they all married to the same man because they're going to say the same thing. Almost the same thing, the basics, right? And so once you understand that, you have a good clarity, a good, clear understanding of how they operate, then it'll help you navigate in life, right? Some things don't always work out the way you wanted to, and that's when you reach out for help, ask for someone, ask God first, you know, and then go out and reach out to someone that you respect. Maybe you respect their relationship, and I appreciate her reaching out to me, and I hope that I gave her some good information based on what she said, right? But um, it's always good to speak to God, and He will guide you, right? A lot of times we talk about God all the time. We know the word, we saying it back and forth, in and out, but we don't live in it and we don't operate in it. And we don't think that those things that are said and done in the Bible can happen to us and for us, and it can, right? And so having money and everything is wonderful, but we cannot put all of our emphasis on that too, because when you die, that money goes on to your legacy. And if you want to leave a legacy, if you want to have something positive going on in your life, if you want to be positive, right? Then you have to exude that, right? And I know that sometimes these men and these baby daddies, and I know that sometimes these baby mamas, um, be getting on your nerves, you know, but we have to come together and say, okay, what is the common denominator? And the common denominator is the child, right? Because if you love your child and you want the best for your child, then you're going to do what's necessary to cultivate that child's life, right? Give you an example, my nephew. I love him so much, right? And I want the best for him. I want the best education. I want the best experiences for him. And so, of course, I'm in the position to do it. So if his parents are not, then I want to be that extra for my nephew because I want to give him maybe what I didn't have, right? What I didn't have. And then even maybe what my brother didn't have, because even though he and I are 20 years apart, and I helped my mother out a lot, of course, I was young and having fun and out there, and really the responsibility wasn't mine, it was hers, and she knows that. It's no big deal, but she loved the fact that I did what I could when I could, and I helped out. I played a major part of his life. And so now my life is even bigger and even greater, and I can play a huge part in my nephew's life, right? I'm not getting into none of their business. I ain't telling him or her or none of that, right? Because I don't get involved in people's personal business, right? All I care about is my nephew and his happiness and him being fulfilled and him having all the wonderful things in life that he deserves, right? Feeding his mind, helping him to be the smartest person in the world and to be whatever it is that he wants to be, right? Because he's going to be 5 years old soon. But anyway, um, so I hope that you guys understand what it was, what it is that I was talking about. Uh, when I woke up this morning, I just felt like, oh gosh, I'm so tired, and the devil is so busy. It's a lot going on in the world. I just think about all the people that I personally know that have lost loved ones or have people that are ill, and or people that are going through mental challenges and difficulties. My heart was full, and I felt really sensitive this morning. I was feeling that Libra imbalance. And I woke up also thinking about my favorite song. My favorite song is Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous, right? I love that song. I love what it says. And it's just a testament of us as women, as Black women, single women, right? That are out there wanting to be loved, wanting to be accepted. But during that process, you have to remind yourself that you are gorgeous. Say good morning, gorgeous to yourself. You know, you have to be your own cheerleader until you find someone to cheer for you. I love my mother-in-law because even to her last day, right? She never remarried after her and Mr. Lloyd divorced when Kenny was 18, right? His first year in college. And she never remarried, right? And so she's been single all these years. But I love that she would tell me that throughout her relationship with Mr. Lloyd, she said that her father mopped floors and cleaned toilets, so she was able to go to school. Good morning, baby. I didn't even know you were on here. And so she could go to college and get a degree. And after she married Mr. Lloyd, she still kept a job, right? Even though he played basketball and he traveled and did all these things, she still kept a job, right? Because she said that her parents worked very hard for her to be able to go to college. And the money that she made was just extra. She can go out and buy extra fur, or extra this, or extra that. And that's how it should be, right? It's not that she lost her independence because she didn't. She still had her own job, her own mind, her own thoughts, and her money was extra, right? Extra for things that she could provide for Kenny and Kevin. They was involved in ski clubs and they was involved in all these different organizations, and she sent them to etiquette school. And see, all of that is extra, right? Because if he doesn't have enough to do all of those things, then what you do can be extra, right? But if you decide that you don't want to do those things, then that's okay too, right? And so also what I loved about her is even at the end, she enjoyed, even though she never got remarried, she enjoyed the company of a man to be able to take her out to dinner, take her to the movies, take her to different functions, right? She can take herself. We got her, we sent the Lincoln down there and hired her a driver. But it was nothing like having that person come and pick you up, say, "Good morning, gorgeous," or "Good afternoon, gorgeous. You look beautiful," right? Because we can always tell ourselves we look beautiful. But it's nothing like having a man or a woman tell you, "You look good, you look handsome." Every day when Kenny Lloyd gets dressed and he's putting his clothes together, he asked me, "Baby, how does this look? How do I look?" I go, "Baby, you look good. You look handsome. You look sharp," right? And so, of course, we all can look at ourselves and say, "Oh, we look good," but it's nothing like having that other person, that other significant other to tell you that you look beautiful, right? That you're worthy, that you can do this, that you are successful, that you're smart, that you're talented, right? To hold the umbrella for you, if it's raining, to go get your car when you don't even have to go out there and get it. They'll go out there and get it for you, open the door for you. Chivalry is not dead, but what has happened is we don't expect it from these men. We strip away all the things that they should be doing for us, and we want to do it for them and do it for ourselves, and then wondering why they sorry. They sorry because we make them sorry, right? We allow them to be sorry. So you have to change that. You have to allow a man to lead. That's what this conversation was about. You have to, if you know that he can lead, you have to surrender. Again, back what I said, when I met Kenny, he was already a business person. I met him at 35. He was already a business person. He already lived nice. So I saw potential there. I wasn't 35 years old, dating a man 12 years older than me that lived in a shack. That what? He don't. What is going on? He has no vision, especially at that age. He has no wants and desires. So we complemented each other, right? And so when you go on that journey of finding someone, you can't be trying to make a man, right? He has to be already made, and you all together can grow, right? Let him lead. If you allow him to, I'm not saying let him dominate you, let him take over you, but allow him to lead and you follow it if he's able to, right? And so your intentions got to be good too. What are your intentions? That was the word of the day. What are your intentions? What do you want out of this relationship? What do you expect? Is the person a good father to your kids? She said that he was a great father to her kids, and that he was a great man, but that she was having difficulties relinquishing. And I get that and I understand that, because when you're used to doing it for yourself, then you fight with yourself to let go and let God, right? And allow that person to lead. But you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to trust that that person can lead you. And your intuition tells you if it's right or if it's wrong, if it's going in the right direction or if it isn't, or if he's capable of it. And the best thing to do is to sit and have a conversation, not battle, because I'm learning to not point fingers, but to just say, hey, you know what? Maybe we should do it a different way. Maybe we should do it this way. Or have you ever thought about this? Or let's sit down and talk about it, right? As a couple together, let's make decisions together. That's another thing. Kenny and I make decisions together. Yes, a lot of times because of the business, he's so busy, he's not able to come home and tell me everything that's going on at the office and inform me of all the things that happened that day. So I trust him enough to know that he's going to make the right business decisions. And if he has an issue or if he feels like, he wants to talk to me about it, then we do. We talk about it. We go over it. Because if it's anything that affects the business or our household, then he comes and communicates to me. It may not be right when it happened, but we do sit and we talk about it, and then I do understand too that some things do get lost in translation. Heck, he's 63, I'm 52. Heck, sometimes I forget what happened an hour ago. A lot of times I forget to tell him things, he forget to tell me things, but our intentions, right? Our intentions are in the right place. So anyway, let me see what you guys are saying. I say amen, okay? I love that song. Good morning, gorgeous. I played it this morning before y'all got on the call. And then I actually played it, actually the video. Video is very sexy. But and then of course when the call started, I put on the motivational music. But sometimes people need to remind themselves that they are gorgeous, right? And they have to say good morning to themselves and love the face that they're in, love the body that they're in, love who God has made them. And if you love who you are, then God will send somebody to love you the way you want to be loved, right? And you have to be open to change, right? A lot of you guys are still operating the same way that you were last year, which was a couple of weeks ago. Okay. And yeah, sometimes you do have to give yourself a hug, right? And so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I hope that you enjoyed the walk, because I did. And I'm glad I got up and walked. I really am, because my body was sore and it allowed me the opportunity to walk it out, right? And I love the conversation that we had, because sometimes people need to be reminded, right, of how you have to encourage yourself, you have to love yourself and your intentions and what you expect, right? Sometimes you got to write it down. What is the role of a man? What is the role of a woman? I'm gonna give you an example. Someone came to Kenny and told Kenny that the person that they were dating, it wasn't working out, right? And they was talking about breaking up. And so Kenny had that person write down the pros and the cons, right? What is tell me all the good things that that person have versus the bad things, right? And if the good outweighs the bad, then you may need to reevaluate yourself, right? Your expectations or your thoughts, right? Because sometimes they may be mismanaged, right? And so sometimes we look at other people's lives, other people's relationship, social media, and those things you can't base your life on what's happening on social media because you really don't know the truth, right? You don't really know what's going on in those people's households on a daily basis. When they get on social media, they talking, they look good, their houses look nice, they fly, their makeup is done, they sharp to the nine, but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And so let's not get caught up in what's going on in social media, and let's just take a look at ourselves and evaluate our own lives and do what's best for us, right? And not everybody else, right? Run your own race is what I tell people all the time. Run your own race, right? Quit being a follower and be a leader, right? It's good and warm in here. So anyway, I want to go ahead and let you guys go. I hope that you enjoyed the call today. Look at the boys. They got groomed today. Say, hey, Big and Champ, you want to tell them good morning? Can they see you? That's Big and Champ. They got groomed. Oh, I got the phone all upside down. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Hey, Big. Hey, Champ. Come on, y'all want to go potty? And then, what was I telling you guys? Well, anyway, I hope that you found the information good. And I hope that you guys go out and have a blessed Friday. Oh, this is what I wanted to know. The tip for this week was to make healthy choices, right? When you go to the grocery store and you make a list before you go, make sure that you write down the things that you need and not the things that you want, and make healthier choices, right? So when you go to the grocery store, you don't put all those unhealthy things in your basket, and you try your best to remove some of the things. I know that it's very hard for you to just go cold turkey with not eating junk food, but you have to remove one thing at a time. So when you take your products, yes, they are good, they are great, and they do what they're supposed to do. But once you incorporate working out, and once you incorporate healthy choices, then you'll receive a you'll see a change, and you'll receive a huge benefit, right? And so on Monday, we will have a new tip for the day. And those tips are supplied by Dr. Bromwell. I want to give a shout out to her. I really appreciate her. And I really appreciate everyone who takes the time out to give comments and call in and suggestions to make Tava better, because we appreciate you guys. We value you guys. And we love you guys. And guess what? This is a business. We want to see you be successful. It is not personal. I don't want to say we don't care, but we're not here to be involved in your personal life. We're here to help you provide for your family and to have a better life and to make better choices and better decisions, right? And so I hope that you take the information that I gave you, and I hope that you have a great weekend. A lot of people are off on Monday, so I want you to enjoy yourself. Please be safe, be kind, and also have great intentions, right? Let's practice having great intentions. So go out and have a great day. Love you. Mwah. Bye. Where are my videos? Let's see, what we gonna have? We're gonna take three. Wait a minute. Good job.
Tres. Want a slim waist, all it takes is. Tip top shape, all it takes is. Just a little taste, all it takes is. No time to waste, all it takes is. Slim waist, all it takes is. Tip top shape, all it takes is. Money in the bank, all it takes is. No time to waste, all it takes is. I wake up to bout see ya. I make mine by the leader. I drink life in a teacup. I like Valet 30 better than tequila. Yeah, Velcy, I sip that night. Got a little kick like Tyson. Look so good, better recognize me. This a type of lifestyle, I'm icy. Still don't need to chill on me. Flare pill, yeah, I'm still on it. Velcy a day and nightly. Got a little kick like Tai Chi. Slim waist, all it takes is. Tip top shape, all it takes is. Just a little taste, all it takes is. No time to waste, all it takes is. Slim waist, all it takes is. Tip top shape, all it takes is. Money in the bank, all it takes is. No time to waste, all it takes is.
Thank you. You guys go out and have a great day. And listen, I got my favorite song back there playing. If y'all have never heard of it or never seen the video, make sure you Google it on YouTube. And she has a birthday. She is celebrating this week too. I do not have the rights to this music. Have a great weekend, gorgeous and handsome.